Alright guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing an updated review on these two cereal kendamas. I made an unboxing of these two kendamas last week, and after playing with them for a little bit, I will give you guys my thoughts on these kendamas, how they play, a breakdown of the shapes, and other thoughts that I might have. So let's start off with the first kendama. We'll go with the Ascent 2 shape first. So like I said, this is their Ascent 2 shape, and this is a collab with Nothing But Kendama. I mentioned that in the unboxing video. So this is a maple ken, a beach tama, and then it comes in this sticky paint. And then just a refresher, so basic cereal kendama logo in the front of the ken, Nothing But Kendama logo in the back of the ken, an engraving on top of the big cup, has a sharp spike, triple stripe tracking, a 70-30 split, and then a Nothing But Kendama logo on the top of the tama, pretty big bevel, a very big base cup hole, sharp stall points. Yeah, so the Ascent 2 shape, from what I've noticed so far, it is a very unique shape. Compared to my other kendama shapes, this is the biggest standard size kendama that I own. I'll do a comparison between some of the other shapes that I currently have, such as the Legend shape and the Chrome Sleigh Dog 3 shape. And the small cup of this kendama is about the same size as the big cup of the Legend shape, so that's how you know that it's pretty big. And also, if you notice right away that the serrato is very wide, I think that's because the KWC requirements, they expanded them a little bit. They had room to play around with the shape, and which is why the serrato shape is really unique. What's also really interesting and stands out is that there is a step on only the small cup, not the big cup. So if you can notice, the stall point is much sharper, has like this drop on the small cup compared to the big cup where there is no drop or step is what they call it. And also you can notice on the ken that it's pretty skinny near the serrato, but as you go down the serrato, it widens out more towards the ring stall and handle stall. And then the handle stall is pretty sharp, but the ring stall not as much. So now let's go on to the trick capabilities. So I have 3 rankings for the tricks. It's either solid, very good, or not the best. So we start with solid. So solid tricks that this kendama is good for are juggles, taps, spikes, lighthouses, and ken flips. Juggles feel nice in the hand, as well as ken flips. And then because it is a sharp spike with the maple and beach, spike tricks just sound super satisfying. Lighthouses are pretty good because of the sticky paint. And then taps perform pretty well because it is a maple ken. Now my second ranking is very good. So these are the tricks that this kendama is best suited for. So the ones that I've noticed do the best are lunars and the main stalls. So that means bird, nightingale, handle stall, stilt, wing, and underbird. Those are the main stalls that I find this kendama is good for. And then the last ranking is not the best. They are still doable, it's just they don't perform as well in my opinion. So those tricks include ring stall and then slingers. But yeah, that's what I've found with this kendama so far. So to summarize this kendama, it is a very solid kendama with a super unique shape. It is amazing for lunars and stalls especially because of that base cup hole, and just the stall points of this kendama are super sharp, especially on the small cup, like I said, with that step. And this paint is super sticky too, so it locks them on really well. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this kendama, especially if you have big hands as well, because this is a bigger than normal kendama. And yeah, let's move on to the next kendama, which is the Hybrid 2 shape. So this is the Hybrid 2 shape, and it is the KWC Amber. This is their more standard shape. This kendama features a birch Spectraply ken and a beach tama with cloud clear or their matte paint. Also, the Spectraply is sort of a red color, so it stands out really nicely. And then just a standard cereal kendama logo on the front, a different logo on the back, and then an engraving on top of the big cup. This one has a bullet tip spike, unlike the Ascent 2 shape. The tama has a orange tracking dot on top, and then triple stripe tracking around the bevel. And this is, again, a 70-30 split tama. So comparing this shape to other shapes, this is, like I said, their standard size kendama. So it is more around the size of my other kendamas. The cups are slightly smaller than the Sweets Legend shape. I'm just using that kendama for comparison. And then right away you notice that the ring stall and handle stall are super defined, so they're pretty sharp. And the cloud clear is really nice. It feels super nice in the hands. Yeah, so for tricks, solid ones are juggles, taps, spikes, and ken flips. Juggles feel nice. Taps are pretty good as well. Spike tricks are good, and then ken flips. And then tricks that this is very good for, again, similar to the Ascent 2, are lunars. They're just locking on there. And the base cup hole is definitely not as big as the Ascent 2, but they still hone in for lunars. And then lighthouses, because the matte paint allows for enough stick and slip. So a good ratio between those two. And then also stall tricks. Stall tricks just lock on there, especially when you break in the beach tama. Stalls will just be perfect for this kendama, I just know it. And then moving on to the tricks that it's not as good for, I only have one, so that is slingers. So just because of the base cup hole, and just it doesn't seem as good for slingers. But yeah, to just summarize this kendama, it's super solid. It is their more standard shape, so it's pretty good for just about any trick. Obviously great for stalls because of those defined stall points on the ring stall and handle stall, and then lunars just lock in. It does feel like a heavier serrato than Ken, which makes it perfect for lunars. And then the matte paint is super nice. I also haven't played with this silk or matte kendama in a while, so it does feel nice to play again. So that was an updated review of these two kendamas, the Ascent 2 and the Hybrid 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the review and found it helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.